Grind C song for a reason. Come on, bro. It's grind season, man. Gotta do this, bro. You gotta worry about picking up no kids or nothing like that, man. Come on, big bro. You here working, Slim. You here working, Slim. So, financial literacy, right? If your temp is too low, you'll unconsciously lose money. If your temperature is high, you will unconsciously attract money to you. The goal in life is to attract money. All right, that's the goal in life, is to attract money. Okay. So, where we at now? Where's that? Boop, 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 pop out. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. I wish them well with no other intent. Life is not promised, no guarantee. No guarantee what you get, what you get. It's like rushing. What up, family? What up, family? What up, family? I want to say something. How is formed verbal programming, modeling, specific incidents. I swear I feel like I have this already down, bro. Yes. I already have this down. I already have it down. What you mean, how far am I? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that, shorty. I don't know what you mean by that, shorty. What you talking about? What you mean? I'm writing a financial literacy course. I'm rewriting, updating upgrading my financial literacy courses. Why do I wear my beanie inside? Because I'm bald, and I don't want y'all to make fun of my bald head. Does it get sweaty? Yeah, it depends on how hot it is in here. And it's hot in here. I'm literally about to start losing clothes as we speak. Nah, it don't really get sweaty. Like, my head don't usually get sweaty like that. Like, my head don't usually get sweaty like that. But nah, so I'm working on this financial literacy joint because I got a couple of schools this upcoming year a couple of schools this upcoming year that I'm going to be doing some financial literacy work at. Dang, my boy be crushing the waters. Gotta go get some more waters. Man, they got 1 water left. I can't even offer my guests no water when they come here. All this cool. Yeah, man, I like being bald. I ain't gonna hold you. I save a lot of money being bald. I save a lot of money. Boy, them haircuts today be crazy. Core idea, money blueprint is your internal programming that shapes how you think, feel, and act about money. Money mindset. Let me see. I need to put this up here. Money mindset, understanding your money blueprint, core idea. Put that in there. Your core idea. Core idea. Your money blueprint is the internal programming that shapes how you feel, think, and act about money. Where does your money blueprint come from? I need to put that down. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming on, man, and coming on and chilling, hanging out with your boy. I'm actually listening to Myron Golden, and he actually is. He actually made me get like back on my my entrepreneur. I mean, not my entrepreneur, but my financial literacy curriculum. And I'm like, hold on, let me go back and make sure that I got everything on here that I wanted on here. Verbal program. What did you hear about money grow up? Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. Save for a rainy day. What are some things that you guys heard about money that you realized when you were older had a negative impact on you? Like, what are some things that you heard about money growing up that you realized as you got older had a negative impact on you about your perception of money? There's a lot of things. Save for a rainy day. You can't afford that. That's too expensive. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Life is not promised, no guarantee. No guarantee, but you get what you get. It's like Russian roulette. It's like Russian roulette.
You had to choose between flipping a
or flipping a burger. So I like to listen to lo-fi vibes anytime I'm working. Yeah. I like to listen to a little lo-fi vibes while I'm working. like this, yo. Answer the question for me up top. Answer the question for me up top. Gift giving or receiving? Need y'all to answer the question up top for me. Do me a favor, answer the question up top for me. Answer the question up top for me. Answer the question for me up top. Y'all, what's going on? Appreciate y'all coming in. Thank y'all so much for coming in and joining the live. Right now, we are grinding and completing a mentor program on money. We want young people to understand the importance of money. We want young people to see good relationships and see positive relationships with money. It's just like anything. If young people don't see positive relationships with money, it's difficult for them to build a positive relationship. We think of money as just something that is beyond us or beside us, but what we got to do is we got to start understanding that money is like the relationship that we have with money is the same exact type of relationship, is the same way we should build a relationship with people that are close to us. So if we want if we want a better relationship with money, we got to learn how to treat money. We got to learn how to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, treat money well. We got to learn how to be confident in having a conversation about money. Some of us are not even confident having a conversation about money. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's difficult to have some conversations about money, especially when you're in debt, because it's like you don't want to hear about nothing when you're in debt. So I mean, that's I feel that. Make sure I put that in there, man. But yes, that money can only grow to the extent that we do, right? That money can only grow to the extent that we do. And if we mistakes in this jump, didn't I? So I got the first one down. What's up, y'all? I need y'all. Somebody answer this question for me, man. You like receiving gifts, or do you enjoy gift giving? What's going on? Kay, appreciate you coming in, fam. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for coming in. So I am right now working on a financial literacy curriculum, and before we get into anything, like we gotta understand like the big picture of it, and like, okay, so money blueprint. So I read a book, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and that's one of the activities. One of the activities that I have for the youth is one of the activities that I have for the youth is about limiting beliefs. And the reason why I think this is so vital for the youth is because limiting beliefs are something that are instilled in us from a young age, from our parents, from our guardians, the people that are taking care of us. They teach us subconsciously how to handle certain situations. We handle situations the same way our mom would, our dad would, or whoever it might be. Now we recognize those things. We recognize those things as either good or bad. But it like if we had a different environment growing up, we would see and handle situations vastly different. But because we're only limited to what our resources are, that's the experience that we get. So this is what we get. So we get limiting beliefs, activity. That up over there. Money messages, war, instructions, write a small group, explore the difference between scarcity thinking and abundance thinking. Write down common sayings and thoughts that fit in each category. Focusing on limits, fear, or right, abundance thinking. Downloadable? Your small group, explore the differences between scarcity thinking and abundance thinking. Write down common sayings and thoughts that fit into each category. Scarcity thinking, okay. This curriculum is going to turn out amazing. Curriculum is going to turn out amazing, man. Okay, what did you notice? Okay. module 2. Let's see that. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any more. So we gotta finish. I gotta check one thing real quick, y'all. Hold on, chat. I need to go back to like 2023. I need to check one thing real quick. Check one thing. I just need to get sidetracked real quick. Cause this joint's about to blow me. If I don't get some answers, it's gonna blow me. So now I want to go back to listening to my guy Myron now. Let's see.
A couple of truths. One, because money didn't create your money problem, money won't solve your money problem. Most people think, well, I've got a money problem, so if I just get more money, it'll solve the problem. No, no, no. If you get more money, it will amplify the problem.
Money didn't create your money problem, so it won't solve your money problem. I like that. See, look, listen, anytime I use somebody's quote, I always put it in quotes and give them credit. I don't ever want to feel like it's something that I said. I just respect people's art way too much to make it sound like it's something that I said.
A couple of truths. One, because money didn't create your money problem, money won't solve your money problem.
Hey, you know that line good when everybody in the crowd like,
Most people think, well, I've got a money problem, so if I just get more money, it'll solve the problem. No, no. If you get more money, it will amplify the problem. It will magnify the problem. It will multiply the problem. Because money didn't create your money problem, and money won't solve your money problem. It's the thing that created your money problems more than any other thing, probably the foundation, is your money story is way off. Like your story around what money is, what money's for, like your money story is broken. If you are broke, you have a broken money story. And that's not me being judgmental, and it's not me being condescending. I used to have a broke money story, and I used to be broke.
Who's training the new guy?
You know, what do you mean he didn't show up?
Managing what connects you would be a
I think I need to pay for YouTube Premium. I watch YouTube too much to not pay for YouTube Premium.
I grew up in the 60s and 70s when in a hardworking poor family. My dad worked hard, my mom worked hard, but we were poor. There were 7 kids and like a mama and a daddy and a whole lot of food being eaten by a whole bunch of people who weren't replacing it, i.e. me and my 6 brothers, right? And I learned that what you do is you buy the best thing that you can afford and then you fix it to make it better. That's what we did with our cars. That's what we did with houses. I don't know if I ever remember moving into a house that we didn't have to fix up after we bought it. I don't know if I ever remember us buying a car that we didn't have to do something to. Put an engine in, put a transmission in, do some body work on it. Had to do something to it before we could drive it. And so I learned that the way to do well in life is pay as little as possible for stuff and then spend your time working on it. And so now I've got 2 time and money problems in my money story. One, the only way I know how to make money is to sell my time, which is the exact opposite of what the Bible teaches, right? The Bible teaches that we should walk as wise, not as fools, doing what? Redeeming or buying back the time because the days are evil. So the Bible tells me to buy back my time, but I'm selling my time. And I'm selling my time to the highest bidder. And, you know, I remember...
It's funny that he said that because that was the moment that I realized I had to get out of the life insurance business. I was selling my life to the highest bidder, whoever would pay me the most. That's where I was willing to go. And I lost all sight of the reason I got into the insurance business in the first place was to make money so I can open up these youth facilities and work with youth. And because I was doing so well, I became blinded by the success. And it wasn't until I started listening to speakers and I started to hear their financial journey that I started to believe I didn't need insurance, the insurance business, to create my dream still. I could still create my dream in another way. And that's what I started to do when I got into the speaking business. So it's interesting to hear him say what he said.
I remember in March of 1987, this was a year and a half after I had gotten married. My wife had just had our first child. We had just moved across the country from Indiana to Pennsylvania on a Greyhound bus, right? And we lived in this one little 1-bedroom apartment, and we were on welfare for 4 months. And I had to go find a job. This is not gonna be my life. And I got a job, so funny too, because I applied for this job that I found in the newspaper, because that's how I used to find jobs back. There was no Indeed, there was no Upwork, there was no online website no. You just go look in the paper, you find a job, okay, these people are hiring, so you call them, you fill out an application, or you give them a resume, and then you go and you do an interview. So the job, driving a trash truck for $6.25 an hour. Now, understand that a trash truck is a big piece of heavy equipment. And they don't have automatic transmissions. They have standard shift transmissions. And in a standard shift transmission, you have to push the clutch in with your left foot, and you push the gas and the brake with your right foot. But my left foot ain't pushing nothing in, right? Like I had to pick up my leg and put it on the clutch, and then push it in with my hand. So the last part of the application was a driving test. I grinded those gears all up and down that highway. I'm thinking, well, there's no way I'm getting this job. And they said, you're hired. And I thought to myself, wow, they need workers more than I need work. And I got a job driving this trash truck for $6.25 an hour. And I learned how to synchro shift. So like I could time the shifts so I didn't even have to push in the clutch. Once I got it in first gear and got it going. And so drove a trash truck for $6.25 an hour. I made 50 cents an hour for overtime. And I knew if I could work 60 hours a week, if I could get whatever that is, 5 hours of overtime a day, no, 6 hours, no, maybe it was only 50 hours a week, something. I could make $300 a week take home. And my rent was $250 a month. And I remember telling my wife, baby, if we can make $300 a week, we're gonna be great. Money wasn't my money problem. My money story was my money problem. And my money story was, I only need $300 a week. My rent's $250 a week. My car payment's $250 a month. My car payment's $165 a month. And I got insurance and stuff, but like $300 a week, that's $1,200. Even after I pay my tithe, I still got like over $1,000 left over. Right. My money story was broken. And so, if you're going to simplify your whole money story, the first thing you have to do is you have to fix your money story. If you want to succeed with money, you have to fix your money story. Now, there are three main areas that you have to fix your money story. Number one, you have to fix your money story around the meaning of money. Most people believe that more money means you are more evil. The more money you have, you're clearly evil. And it's interesting, Donna, that you look shocked when I said that, right? It's because we've been programmed subconsciously to have negative feelings about money. How have they programmed us subconsciously? They programmed us subconsciously in the media, in the music, in the movies. Like, if you look at superhero movies, for instance, all the superheroes are poor little orphans. All the evil villains are multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires. Lex Luthor's a multi-millionaire. The Green Goblin's a multi-billionaire. Spider-Man's a poor little orphan. Superman's a poor little orphan. And I know you're thinking, but Batman's a rich orphan? I know, right. But he's also the only superhero that has no superpowers. He just has nice gadgets. Now, he can't fly. He can't fly. But he's got a utility belt, a Batmobile motorcycle, and a Batmobile jet, right? That's cool, but you can't fly, bro. Like, you can't spins the web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. You can't do that, right? And people say, yeah, but Iron Man's rich. I know, he's also a narcissistic jerk. See how they put a negative association?
Hey, Miss Jones.
Hi, Mr. Young.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I couldn't make it today. I had one of my other clients dealing with a issue at the apartment building. Are you? Let me see what this. I'm trying to figure out what my tomorrow looks like. Well, what does Wednesday look like for you?
That'll be okay.
That'll be okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll be there on Wednesday then.
What time?
Around, let's say like afternoon, early afternoon, like 12 or 1.
Okay, that'll be good.
All right.
Okay then. All right, because I'm trying to get in touch with these doctors so I can try to get my appointments together. Because I still got to try to get this tooth out of my mouth, right?
Right.
And today is the last day I had to take some antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm finishing them up tonight. It'll be my last dosage. So
Okay.
I feel a lot better.
That's good. I'm happy to hear
My
that.
side stopped hurting. So it must have been that blood that was in my urine, because they gave me an antibiotic for that too. And I don't have no pain on in my side no more. So I'm glad of that, because I couldn't sleep or sit down or nothing. I was up for days, 2-3 days, not being able to sit down or lay down.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'll see you on Wednesday then, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. See you then.
You say 12 and 1, right?
Yep.
Okay then.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
There's always a negative association on the money. In fact, when have you ever seen a movie? I mean, can you even think of a movie that you've seen where a rich person was the hero? It's hard to think of one, right? Now, we'll take a thief and turn him into a hero like Robin Hood.
Your health deserves more than guesswork. At Prenuvo, our whole body MRI scans for hundreds of conditions without any radiation, including...
And all I'm saying is, we've been programmed to have negative neuro associations around money. And so, in fact, even for instance, all the superheroes are poor little orphans. All the evil villains are multi-billionaires or multi. Millionaires. Lex Luthor's a multi-millionaire. The Green Goblin's a multi-billionaire. Spider-Man's a poor little orphan. Superman's a poor little orphan. And I know you're thinking, but Batman's a rich orphan? I know, right. But he's also the only superhero that has no superpowers. He just has nice gadgets. Right? He can't fly. He can't fly. But he's got a utility belt, and a Batmobile, and a Batmobile motorcycle, and a Batmobile jet, right? That's cool, but you can't fly, right? Like, you can't spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. You can't do that, right? And people say, yeah, but Iron Man's rich. I know, he's also a narcissistic jerk. See how they put a negative association on there's always a negative association on the money. In fact, when have you ever seen a movie? I mean, can you even think of a movie that you've seen where a rich person was the hero? It's hard to think of one, right? Now, we'll take a thief and turn him into a hero like Robin Hood. And all I'm saying is, we've been programmed to have negative neuro associations around money. And so, in fact, even the language we use around money is negative. Because if you touch some money, you need to do what with your hands? You need to wash your hands. Right, okay. If somebody's really, really rich, what kind of rich do we call them? Filthy rich. Now, I know some rich people, none of them are filthy. And I've met some filthy people, none of them were rich. But yet we use the term filthy rich. Isn't that fascinating? And so people believe, I don't want to make too much money, it'll ruin me. People believe, I don't want to make too much money because I want to get into heaven. And we have all these negative neuro associations around money. And we wonder why we don't have any. Because our story around the meaning of money is broken. What if instead money was viewed as a tool to be used? To do what? To love the people that you love. To work, to support the causes that you believe in. To make your family's life better. To set your children up so they don't have to start at ground zero like you did. What if you fix your money story? So, fix the meaning of money. I believe that money is inherently good, even though some people use it for bad. Why do you believe money is inherently good? Because the first time gold, which is the universal physical substance that's represented wealth since the beginning of time, the first thing God said about it is, number one, it was in the Garden of Eden. Number two, it was good. I don't know if God thinks it's good, I think it's good. Who am I to argue with God? He made it. So fix your money story around the meaning of money. Fix your money story around how to make money. And so, here's our money story around making money. You gotta work hard for your money. 8 hours, what? Work for what? 8 hours pay. Huh. Now see, well, here's what I discovered. I discovered that if I want to be wealthy, I have to disconnect my revenue generation from time. The more connected my revenue generation is to time, the broker I am. Here's why. So Carrie, tell me what you do for a living. What your job is.
Real estate and mortgages.
Okay, real estate is, so you don't really have, so you're in the mortgage. So somebody have a job working for like a company in here, anybody? Huh? Not hourly? Nobody in here? Okay.
I used to work for the military.
You used to work for the military. Okay, and what was your MLS?
I actually was an officer.
You were an officer. Okay, you were the boss. Okay, human resources person. Okay, and so they're paying you, that's a little different. So my point is, what happens is we learn that a job is worth X amount of dollars. So let's say at your job you were making $40 an hour, right? When you start your business, you want to make more than you made at your job. So you might charge $60 an hour. But if you're used to making $40 an hour, you're going to have a hard time getting yourself to believe that you can charge somebody $300 an hour. $500 an hour, no, I can't do that. Do you follow my logic? And so if your revenue generation is anchored to time, it's going to limit the amount of money you can make because you only have a limited amount of time. Therefore, as long as you have your revenue generation anchored to something that's limited, the amount of money you'll be able to make will be limited. So I disconnect my revenue generation from time. And so how do you do that? Well, I wrote a book. And here's the interesting thing, when you create intellectual property, like when I wrote this book, it took me 1.5 years to write this book. This book took me longer to write than any other book I've written. Okay, but it took me 1.5 years to write this book, right? And while I was writing it, you know how much money I made? None. I didn't make anything. I did not get paid. Nobody gave me an advance. Nobody gave me $1 million advance to write this book. I just wrote it. But now this book, it makes me, I don't know, sometimes $12,000 to $20,000 a month. I did the work once. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to talk to anybody to sell it. I don't have to have a conversation. I don't have to make phone calls. I don't have to knock on doors. It just sits on my website. People watch my videos on YouTube. They go, they look in the description, they find the link, they buy the book. I wrote this book 5 years ago. Last year it made me $180,000. This book, not that one. This book I wrote 20 years ago. I wrote this book 20 years ago. Last year, this book made me $86,000 from work I did 20 years ago. It's disconnected from time. When I was writing the book, it made me no money. Well, now that it's done, it makes me plenty of money. That's what I mean when I say disconnect your revenue generation from time. Figure out something you can sell that makes you money while you're not working. It's one of the things I love about YouTube. Like, I post a YouTube video on YouTube, and then I just let people watch it. And YouTube runs ads on my videos, and somebody was complaining about the ads last week. I thought to myself, that's hilarious. So I did an interview 17 days ago with Garrett Gunderson. I posted an interview 17 days ago with Garrett Gunderson on the infinite abundance principle, right? So 17 days, that's a little more than 2 weeks ago. That video has made $2,200 in the last 17 days.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base.
I did the video once. Are y'all tracking what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, fix your meaning on your money story, but fix your money story around the meaning of money. Fix your money story around the making of money, and then fix your managed money story. Right? Managed money story. What is that? Oh, there's always more months left at the end of the money than there is money at the end of the month. Fix that. Manage your money better. How do you manage your money better? I don't know. For different people, it's different ways. Like downsize. Like for me right now, I'm in the process of refining my house so that it cuts my payment down. I'm not going to talk about what my payments are because they're insane. Okay, so I'm refining my house. Now, I thought you said you shouldn't refi it. Generally speaking, you shouldn't. But I'm inside the first 2 years, and I'm going to refi my house because it'll save me about $10,000 a month on my mortgage. Okay, so if I just keep paying the same amount after I refi, I'll pay off my mortgage a lot earlier. Okay. So anyway, so you got to manage money better. In my book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, I give you a money management principle of millionaires. Right? You have 6 cans: your I can tithe can, your I can save for what I want can, I can finish free can, I can pay my bills can, I can have fun can, and I can educate myself can. You separate your money into your different cans. And I'm not going to go into detail now, but you have to have a way of managing money. If you don't manage your money's not going to hang around. Right? If you disrespect money by not managing it. And by the way, when I say manage money, I'm not talking about having a budget. I don't have a budget. I don't have a budget. Say, what's your budget? I don't have a budget. But I manage my money. I make sure that the outgo does not exceed the income, so the upkeep never becomes the downfall. Okay, so you have to fix your money story, and then you have to figure out your money style. Like, what is your money style? I would recommend the first money style. Are you a conservative creator when it comes to money? Like, the first rich person I ever met, it blew my mind how tight they were with money. It blew my mind. Like, the first millionaire I ever met, a friend of mine, he's a friend of mine now, but I met him, and I thought, well, this guy's a Texas oil man. Surely, he's gonna have nice cars. But I met him in I stayed at his house first time in 1982, December of 1982. He picked me up at the airport in a 1974 Cutlass Supreme. This car is 8 years old. It's an Oldsmobile. He's not even old. He should have been driving a Youngsmobile, right? And I'm thinking to myself, why does he drive this car? It didn't make sense to me. Why? Because my money style was broken. I thought you have to show people your money. He's like, I don't need to show anybody. This dude, he was rich. He didn't need to show anybody. He didn't, button-down shirts and Oxford shoes and sweaters. So, a conservative creator, one who realizes that every dollar I spend consuming is a dollar that I can't spend creating. Right? And so, like, it's so fascinating. People think that because you're rich, that means you have a lot of money to spend on their bad ideas. Sorry. Right. But I don't even have a lot of money to spend on my bad ideas. Why? Because I like dry powder. Myron, what's dry powder? Dry powder is a big stack of cash when the bottom falls out. So you can pick up everything at a discount. I'm a conservative creator. When it comes to money, I don't blow money. I from the outside looking in, it might look like I blow money. I don't blow money. Like, I live off less than 10% of the revenue our company makes. Way less than 10%. Why? In fact, I live off way less money than I get paid as a salary. Like my money is just sits there because I don't have anything I want to buy. Why? Because when the bottom falls out and everybody else is scrambling trying to figure out how to eat food, I'm going to be buying up money machines. Why? Because my money style is conservative creator. Are you a generous giver? I would recommend that one as well. Why? Because the scripture says, "Given it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give into your bosom." Like, be a generous giver. You cannot outsow the farm. So if you're a conservative creator and a generous giver, that's a really good money. Those are two really good money styles. Really good money styles. Or are you a super spender? I recommend against this. Now, when I buy something nice because I like stuff that lasts and I like stuff that's quality. I don't know that I'll ever buy another car because I have.
Hang on.
Hi, man. Y'all okay?
Yeah, we good.
Oh.
I just picked the duty booty up.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the email sign out thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure my family was okay. All right.
Yeah, we alright. Luke,
Yeah, I shorty.
yeah, what you doing? Where you meeting at?
At my office in Atlanta. I'm at my office right now.
Well, you need to be careful because it's phenomenal.
I know. Saw that junk, man. So, yeah, definitely want to be as careful as possible. But yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting on him to get here. Luis Ortega.
Okay.
Okay, Mookie. I love you.
Love you too, bad. You ain't said nothing to my child.
Cause if I say something to him, he only gonna say,
Say hi, Daddy.
see?
He said,
Couldn't hear him.
You heard him?
No. Hi, Buddha, Buddha.
Say hi, Daddy.
I heard him that time. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to put his coffee back in here. This man in here without no coffee.
Oh, for real, yeah.
What his father did with the coffee.
It's in the garage, bro.
Well, man, I need you to put the coffee back in
I
here.
got
You know
you.
how
I
to
got
cook
you.
together.
I got
So
you.
you got us riding dirty and all kind of stuff. What kind of
That's-
stuff you got for your family? Just riding any kind of way.
I got you, Mo County. You right.
Sure.
Crazy work.
Your wife ain't got a coat on, carrying your child.
That's because my wife don't wear no coat anyway.
Babe, I wear my seatcoat. That's why my coat stays in the car, because I wear my seatcoat safely. Today would have really me my coat. It's fucking snowing. You decided to take all of my shit out the goddamn car.
Because I need it to fit.
Then you got my coat in that garage, fires and everything else. My coat.
Ain't nothing in that garage. It's too cold for anything to be in that garage. Too cold.
You coming home? I see a meeting. sir?
Yep, I sure am. I sure
I
am.
don't want you to say yourself bragging now, sir.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna run myself right where I need to be. Right where I need to be, baby.
I could be a million too.
All right, I
What
definitely.
you gonna eat for dinner, Moo?
I don't know yet, but I'm definitely, thinking of something.
Like this.
Sorry, I can't be of assistance. Like
Can't be.
suggestion.
I want you to
Everybody.
I know.
Can't really help you there. Just,
my baby
you know,
be like,
these days. I'm mad about the man top. I still can smell
I know. I pulled something out too.
them. Ugh, they smell like raw meat. Even after you cooked it, I still smell it. I think.
Okay, well,
I'll be glad when I'll be glad when I get
Expending account. So any more major
this part of the
stop a purchase. I know we have a lot.
you said you'll be glad when you what, baby?
I'll be glad when this part is over.
Yeah, I know it.
I think it went well. The separate
I
accounts
know it to be true.
really, really helpful so far because I don't have to think about anything. The minute I check it release, like it goes into these different funds.
Stop doing that. Stop. I don't care that you had an attitude. It was you had some food or something out sitting in the lobby. Food or something stuff helping him. But it's not for you. He got and now he mad.
That's because he want what he want. He know what he want.
You can't say that.
He want what he want, and he know what he want. He don't care nothing about them people's food. That's because Miss Lisa give him food every single day when she leaves. So now he ain't getting no food. He don't want it. He don't like it. Say, give me food.
Go on, babe.
Okay, Mook, I love you.
That's too bad.
All right. Bye. Yo, so
And if you don't like that picture, you have the option to change it. So your money out list looks like this. So let's talk about money in. What do you take home monthly?
About 5,000.
And then you said you had a second job,
Yes, so I picked up some virtual assistant work.
which is about $700 a month.
Sounds right.
Okay. The good news is there's actually money here. At your job, do they allow you to split your paycheck?
Yeah.
See if they'll do it up to 5 splits. Split it before you get it. Your 5 splits are your bills account for the home, but some in your Ariana bucket for bills. You have your spending account, and you have two savings. Savings has two functions for emergencies and dreams. So
Hey Chet, I need you to break down this money concept for me called split it before you get it. Essentially, it is encouraging someone to split their direct deposits into different bank accounts to help them manage their money better. The first one is house bills. The second one is that person's bills. The third one is your spending account. The fourth one is emergency savings, and then the fifth one is your dream savings. I need you to define each one of these categories and list examples of what would go in each one of these categories.
Sure. Split it before you get it is a proactive way of managing money by dividing your income as soon as it arrives. Let's break down each category. House bills. This covers fixed expenses related to your home. Examples: rent or mortgage, utilities, electricity, water, gas, property taxes, and home insurance. That person's bills. If you have a partner or dependents, this is for their specific recurring expenses. Examples: your partner's personal subscriptions, a child's school fees, or a dependent's regular medical costs. Your spending account. This is your discretionary fund for day-to-day or flexible spending. Examples: dining out, entertainment, clothes shopping, or small indulgences. 4. Emergency savings. This is a safety net for unexpected financial surprises. Examples: car repairs, sudden medical bills, or job loss. It helps you avoid debt when life throws curveballs. Dream savings. This is for long-term goals and aspirations. Examples: saving for a dream vacation, starting a business, buying a home, or pursuing further education. By automatically splitting your income into these buckets, you ensure each priority gets funded before you start spending.
I have too many cars already, but I don't know that I would buy another car, but if I did, it'd probably be a Toyota Tundra. Why? It's just such a good vehicle. Okay, anyway. Toyota, y'all can sponsor that if y'all want to. Okay, if y'all want to send me some money because I said that, feel free. Okay, just saying. Okay, so don't be a super spender. There are people who spend money just because they have money, and they buy things just because stores are open. And then what you do is you end up with all this junk that you don't even look at and don't use. Anyway, don't be a super spender. Okay, so fix your money story, figure out your money style, and then focus on a money strategy. What is your money strategy going to be? What's your money strategy going to be for making money? Well, my money strategy for making money is always leveraged revenue. What does that mean? That means a minimal input is going to produce a maximal output. Yeah. And see, let me ask you a question. How many times have you ever even thought about how can I have leveraged income? How can I leverage my revenue generation? That's like, to me, YouTube's leverage. Like, to me, writing a book is leverage. To me, building a brand is leverage. So when it comes to making money, you need a strategy. That's not, well, I'm just going to work more hours, because you're going to eventually run out of hours.
You taught your kids terrible.
Here's what's really fascinating too. A couple weeks ago, your man James Dumoulin and his brother Jack, and then two of their friends, Josh and I don't remember the other gentleman's name, but anyway, they interviewed me here in the studio. And I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but they said they've been doing this now since 2021, and they're doing $1 million a month in revenue. Now here's what's amazing about that. They're not experts. They're not pretending to be experts. You know what they are? They're interviewers. They're interviewers. They have a money strategy. Their money strategy is, excuse me, sir, can you tell me how you got so rich? How much money did you make? And he starts rapid firing these questions. And now he's interviewed all kinds of famous people, and everybody loves him. Why? Because he's a kid. I mean, he's a young man, but he's like, to them, he's like, oh, this young man's working hard, just interviewing rich people. It's so cool. And so everybody wants to talk to him.
They have been getting a lot of leads today. They've been getting a ton of people to stop by. We're getting a great.
And so, like, you think I have to wait until I become an expert. No, you don't. You can become an interviewer. All I'm saying is you just need a strategy. Pick a strategy. And like a strategy that's leveraged, and then do it. Okay. Then follow a money system. What does that mean? Well, to me, a money system means that I've got a particular way of making it, a particular way of managing, and a particular way of multiplying it. And my particular way of making money is I want to use intellectual property from the mouth up. What does that mean? The 4 levels of value, lowest level being implementation, the next level being unification, management skills, the next level being communication. I love creating money from communication. Okay? Writing books, creating courses, doing coaching. I've got a coaching call tomorrow morning with one of my VIP clients. This is a client who paid me $375,000 so that he could get 8 hours of coaching with me. And I know some of y'all think that's crazy, but he's jacked his revenue through the roof this year. Right? But see, I'm gonna be coaching him for 2 hours, and that's kind of selling my time-ish. But the price was right that I'm not gonna run out of time. So, you need a system. Maybe your system is an invention. Maybe your system is, you need to invent something that you sell. Maybe it's a brand, like maybe it's a clothing brand. I don't know what it is. Like, I buy stuff all the time. I saw these things last week on Instagram or Facebook or one of those, and I eat a lot of fruit. And so these little things, they have this little basket in here, and you put the fruit in the basket, and then you rinse it out. And then when you rinse the fruit off, and then you can use baking soda or vinegar or whatever, lemon juice, whatever, but you rinse the fruit off, then you take the basket out and rinse it off again, and then all the dirt and goop is in the thing, you pour it out, and then you leave the fruit in here and you put a paper towel on the bottom, and the fruit stays fresh for weeks. Like, somebody invented that.
You got to keep going no matter what, because there are people counting on you, and their dream, the realization of their dream, is tied to the realization of your dream. I need you to understand this. It's going to be more difficult than you even thought. A lot of times what we do, and I'm guilty of this as well, is we underestimate the amount of struggle that is required to accomplish something of the magnitude that you desire to accomplish something. See, you're not just a regular person. Regular people want to do small, minute things. My mentor, Les Brown, said that most people fail not because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail because they aim too low and hit. You didn't aim low. That's why it's difficult. You didn't aim low. That's why you feel like you're struggling. You didn't aim low. That's why you feel like things aren't working out. You aimed high, and because you aimed high, it's forced you to ascend and evolve to a new level. And that it's ascension and that evolution to a new level is what's going to create the person that is required to realize your dream. See, you don't even understand that right now you're still in the building phase. You're in the construction of you phase. And with everything in construction, there's stress and there's trauma that's put on certain things in order for it to look beautiful. I mean, nails can't be put into wood, or the trust, that's the word I'm looking for, the trust of the building can't be built without nails and screws. So like, it's gotta be, there's some work that needs to be done, and that's what you're going through right now. And I want you to understand that what you're going through right now is necessary, it's required, it's a part of the process, and you gotta fall in love with it because you get an opportunity to do it. There are so many people that don't get the opportunity to do what you're doing right now, that it is meaningful that you continue to do that thing. I just wanted to stop by today and encourage you, man. I'm your favorite cousin backpack. Do me a favor, tap the follow button right there so that you can join the family. And if you need daily encouragement, daily motivation, and daily tips on how to ensure that you realize your dream and live your dream life, you're gonna do that. Hit the follow button, join the family. I'll see you next time. I support you. You gotta keep going no matter what, because
and I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I bought 2 of them. I think I paid like, I don't know, $30 a piece for 2 sets of these. One for here and one for my house. Why? Because somebody invented it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so you need some kind of money system that eventually becomes hands-free, or what I like to call a hands-free money system. Like my books are a hands-free money system. I don't have to actively sell the books. We got an event coming up in Southern California on March 13th and 14th called Content and Cash Flow Live, right? People are buying tickets for that event all day, every day. Like, I'm not knocking on people's doors selling tickets. All I'm saying is you need some kind of system for making money. You need a system for managing money. So I have a system for managing money. I have an estate planning attorney, I have a tax strategist, and I have a CPA. And I meet with them, and we talk about my finances, and we talk about what we're gonna do, and then we figure out the plan, and then they go implement the plan. Why? Because I'm doing stuff that I do. I'm paying them so I don't have to learn their stuff. Does that make sense? Okay. And then when it comes to multiplying your money, one of the things that I'm going to do this year by the grace of God is, and very soon, I am going to show y'all, I'm going to teach y'all, like there are so many scams out there, like I'm going to teach y'all how I became a crypto millionaire without buying crypto, without mining it, without trading it, and became a crypto millionaire. Acquired over 100 Bitcoin, hundreds of Ethereum, without those methods. And so I'm going to teach you how you can get in the crypto game without like being tempted to think, oh, you're going to become a crypto millionaire overnight. No, you're not. You're not. You're not. It's not going to happen. But at least you can get some crypto, especially right now while crypto's down. That's when you want to get it, right? Bitcoin's down like 67,000. It's down to 62,000 the other day. And so I'm going to teach you how to acquire crypto without buying it and mining it, trading it. And I got an auto crypto trade. Not with my money, you don't. So, if you will, at the risk of sounding like I'm trying to sell books, because I don't mind sounding like that, I'm not. If you get this book and follow the principles in this book, this is my financial literacy brain in a book from 20 years ago when and I was making decent money 20 years ago. Yeah, I was making $1 million a year when I wrote this book. Make way more than that now, but the principles in here are how I got to where I am now, right? Trashman to Cashman, there's a link in the description, I'm sure. This book right here will teach you this is my business brain in the book. This is if you were to hire me to coach you for 2 hours in business, I would teach you the principles in this book, and you would pay me $80,000, or you could just buy the book for $40. I mean, it's $30 plus $10 shipping and handling. I'm not trying to sell books. I'm just telling you, you need a strategy, you need a system, you need a different way of doing it than the way you've been doing it. Unless you like your results. And if you like the results, more power to you. That's it. Like, do you. But I'm gonna tell you something. I know the stuff that I teach works. There are too many people who are using it. And just like you, I used to think, well, how could the stuff I teach be that valuable? And then I have people who are sophisticated entrepreneurs come into my training programs and it changes their life. was like, oh, I guess it is that valuable. I was talking to a gentleman in Maryland a couple weeks ago who, to me, is like, man, I can hardly wait to meet this dude. Because he's like, on the internet, he is like, he's a financial genius. And he is a financial genius. And we're sitting there talking, and I'm just explaining some of my concepts again to him. He's like, say that again, this time slower and in English, right? Like, it was like simple stuff that I just do all the time, that my clients do all the time. It was blowing his mind. I'm like, how is this blowing his mind? And I promise you, there are things you know that you think aren't that big of a deal. That to somebody else, it'll be the biggest deal they've ever seen. So, figure out your money system. Create something that's valuable for a large group of people with a big problem, and then charge them a premium for it. Congratulations, you're a millionaire. And that is how you have success with money. Not by hustling and grinding and raking and scraping and then always trying to do it. No. Like, get your mind, sit down, take some time, get your mind wrapped around this thing. Come up with a better money story. Beliefs are so powerful. Beliefs are so, because all behaviors flow out of beliefs. Beliefs are so powerful. I watch people do things, I'm thinking, how could you do this? I was sharing with somebody the other day. I have 11 million cousins. My mom had 10 brothers and sisters. My dad had 5 brothers and sisters. And one of my mom's brothers had 7 kids. My mom had 7 kids. Like, I got cousins. I have 6 brothers. I have hundreds of friends. I could count on one hand and have fingers left over the number of people who've asked me, hey, how could I get rich? Isn't that fascinating? That I can count on one hand and have fingers left over. Out of all the people who are closest to me, friends, family, everything. Hey, so how can I get rich? Fascinating. Why? Here's why. Their money story won't let them ask the question. So, will your money story allow you to ask questions that the answers to which could change your life for generations? I hope so. Hope this video blesses you. Stay blessed by the best, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. That's because...
In this video today, I'm going to teach you how to master the impossible. I'm going to show you how to learn to do anything step by step. Doesn't matter how impossible you think it is. And not only am I going to do that, but I'm actually going to take someone from my studio audience that I met for the first time today. I've never seen them before. I've never seen you before, have I? Never seen you before. We've never had a conversation before. We've never had an interaction before. And I'm going to teach him how to do something that he does not know how to do. And he's going to learn how to do this thing that feels impossible, looks impossible, seems impossible before this video is over. Now that's a big challenge. Hopefully I can do it. Keep my fingers crossed. Y'all pray for me, don't judge me. So this is going to be either just mind-blowingly amazing, or I'm going to crash and burn in front of the world. And so we're about to see which one that's going to be. So I'm going to ask Nigel to come up here with me, if he'll be so kind. And so I'm going to ask him a couple questions. I just met you today, right?
Yes, sir.
And your name is Nigel
Stinson.
Nigel Stinson. Never met Nigel Stinson before. And so what I'm going to do, Nigel, you played basketball growing up.
Yeah.
Did you do any other sports?
Football, but that was like in freshman year of high school.
Okay, cool. Cool. So, have you ever learned how to juggle?
No.
You never learned how to juggle. Doesn't juggling seem impossible?
Yes.
Like how can you do this juggling? So what I'm going to do, while I'm talking about how to master the impossible, I'm going to teach him how to juggle, and he will be able to juggle 3 golf balls before this video is over, which will prove my point, or he won't, which, You know, maybe this should have been a recording. I should have tested it first. Okay, but I'm not worried about it because I know that most people go through life believing that things which are actually possible for them are impossible for them, so they never even attempt to do them. So I'm going to teach you how to juggle. And you say, Myron, do you know how to juggle? I know how to juggle, but I'm not a skilled juggler. I know how to juggle. But what's more important than knowing how to juggle is I know how to learn difficult things. Now, before I teach you how to juggle, I'm going to say this. When I use the word learn, I don't mean the same thing that other people mean when they use the word learn. See, most people think that learning about is learning. So they go through life thinking they've learned things that they've only learned about. Okay? And so when I use the word learn, I'm talking about something very different than having a familiarity with. I'm talking about something very different than having read about, or having watched a video about, or seen a documentary about, or having had a conversation about, or having had a teacher who talked about. I'm talking about, when I say learn, I mean mastery. So I'm about to give you, like, in the next 53 minutes, the ability to do something that you've never learned how to do before. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to show you that you can, all of us can learn more things than we think we can learn. I can remember when I first started learning how to play the guitar. When I first saw somebody play guitar and they changed chords, I thought, how can somebody make their fingers move that fast? When I saw somebody playing a guitar and they were finger picking, they were moving, and they weren't looking, how can your fingers know where to go if you're not looking at it? And that used to seem impossible to me. But I want y'all to know something before I even get started teaching you how to juggle, which I'm going to do here in the next minute. So I want you to know that everything that you know how to do at one time felt impossible to you, including talking, chewing your own food, feeding yourself, like riding a bicycle, using a phone, driving a car, all of that stuff. There was a time it felt impossible, but you learned it. And some of it, you can get in a car now and drive across town and then get there and wonder, like, how did I get here? I don't even remember the drive. Well, what if you could take something that's really important and also really complex and relegate it to the part of your subconscious mind where you've mastered it, not just learned about it. Now, let me give you my definition of mastery, and then I'm going to get into the juggling instruction. Okay, here we go. Here's my definition of mastery. Mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. And what I'm telling you is that Nigel, by the time I'm done with this video today, will be able to juggle effortlessly, even though you've never juggled before, right? So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about me saying that I'm going to teach you how to juggle and you've never juggled before? Are you a little nervous about that?
A little nervous.
A little nervous? Okay. Nervous for me or nervous for you? Never mind. Okay, I think I know the answer to that. But okay, so do you feel like can I really, are there some questions in your mind like, does he really think he can teach me how to juggle in like less than an hour? Right? Is some of that going on in your head? Perfect. Okay, because that's what all of us face when we begin to step into a new arena, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start teaching you how to juggle. And I'm going to teach you how to juggle by just introducing one step at a time. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first thing we need to do is we need to segment the skill. So I figured, what could he juggle? Well, he could juggle apples or he could juggle oranges, but you know, I like to play golf, so I figured I'm going to teach you how to juggle with a golf ball. Now, so I'm going to show you first, and what I want you to do while I'm talking and practicing, you can listen, you don't need to watch me. I want you to just focus on practicing what I'm about to teach you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, when you want to learn how to juggle, here's what you have to do. You have to learn how to juggle one object at a time. You segment the skill. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to throw this up and then catch it, and then throw it up and catch it, and then throw it up and catch it, and then throw it up and catch it. And I want you to be able to do that 10 times in a row with each hand. So you're going to do 1, 2, so it's 20. 3, 4, 5. What position do you play in basketball?
Point guard.
Perfect.
Point guard.
per. If you can be a point guard, you can definitely juggle one ball. Okay, but by the end of this video, I'm not just talking about, by the way, I'm not just talking about teaching him how to juggle one golf ball. By the time we get done with this video, he'll be able to juggle 3 golf balls at the same time in less than an hour, and less than 50 minutes now. So there we go. All right, so you go to 20. I'm going to go over here and teach, and I'll come back. Okay, so when I thought of this illustration, I thought of it because I know that the thing that we really lack, we think that we lack ability to do something. But the real ability that we lack is we lack the ability to believe we can do something. So so many people are worried about what they don't know how to do. If you could learn how to believe you can learn how to do it, that's more important than learning how to do it. If you can learn how to believe what you're working on is going to work, that's more important than learning how to make it work. Right? Jesus said, if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. So really, if we feel like something is impossible, the real thing that we're struggling with the ability to believe that we can do it. So the difference between the people who are the best in the world and the people who are just good and the people who resolve that they can never be good is not natural talent. It's number 1, belief, number 2, mastery. By the way, if you get to the point where you do it 20 times in a row, then do it 20 times in a row one more time, and then let me know you've got it done. Then I'm going to come and introduce step 2. Okay? So, not natural talent. See, what we do is we blame things. We look at other people who are good at something. We say, oh, they're just gifted. They're just gifted. So we're discounting their skill, and we're disqualifying ourselves from having to learn up and step up and learn a new skill. Okay? So natural talent is a myth used by people who give up too early. And it's perpetuated by people who don't want to put in the work. What is the one skill that you've always thought was impossible for you to learn? Is it learn a musical instrument? Is it speaking a new language? Is it learning how to sell? Is it building a business? Is it how to use the internet? Is it how to use AI? Is it learning how to navigate cryptocurrency? Is it a family? So you got 20 in a row. So he's already good. So whatever it is, what you've done is and all of us have done it. What we've all done at times in our lives is we've taken windows of opportunity and we've turned them into walls of difficulty. In this video, what I'm going to show you how to do is take a wall of difficulty and turn it into a window of opportunity. Because what just happened with Nigel is he learned how to juggle 1 golf ball in less than 3 minutes. And he's like, you got it, right? You're not even worried about it now, are you? Okay, so now what we're going to do, so what we've done is we've segmented the skill. Divide the thing that you feel like is impossible into a sequence of small, solvable segments to remove the psychological weight of the entire discipline. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you take the thing that you think is impossible, you break it apart into its individual components. This is how you learn how to play a musical instrument. This is how you learn how to play golf. This is how you learn how to fly an airplane. This is how you become a black belt in the martial arts. What did Bruce Lee say? It's attributed to Bruce Lee. I don't know if he said it or not. I'm not afraid of the person who knows 10,000 kicks. I'm afraid of the person who knows 1 kick, but they practice it 10,000 times. Right? And so what we do is we don't look at something hard and say, you know what? I think I'm going to break this thing down because if I break it down and separate it, it's going to be much easier. Okay, watch this. So now we're going to introduce two golf balls. Man? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to throw up this golf ball. You're going to catch it with the other hand. But while this golf ball is on its way down, you're going to throw the other one up. Okay? So while this golf ball is on its way down, you're going to throw the other one up and catch it. Now, you don't have to go fast. Just when it's on its way down. Okay? Right? And by the way, I haven't done this in decades. Like, I didn't practice before I did this because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have an extra edge like I'm some juggling dude. I'm not a juggling dude. I just know how to learn things. And when I say I know how to learn things, I know how to master things. Because I take difficult things. The whole is difficult. The individual parts are quite simple. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it does mean figure outable, and it also means doable. So Nigel, you understand the assignment. Okay, let's get to a point where we can do that 10 times in a row. Okay. So, because he used to be a point guard, and he's doing very, very good at at his assignment, I am feeling a lot more confident about the fact that this is not going to be a crash and burn. I wasn't really worried about it. I wasn't really worried about being a crash and burn anyway. I thought if it's a crash and burn, wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to segment the skill. What do we want to do first, y'all? Segment the skill. So every time you get ready to look at something, you want to learn how to play a musical instrument, just learn one chord at a time. Because it's only, the average song's only got 3 chords. It might have 5, it might have 3 major chords and 2 minor chords. But that's it, and that's the whole song, right? You just keep doing it back over and over and over and over again. So you can learn anything. Stop believing. Here's our problem. Here's our problem. We have this belief about possibility, right? We believe that this is possible for me. But this is what's possible. This is the possible stuff. This is what's possible for me. And then these are the things we believe are impossible. So this is possible. And when I say possible, I mean, by the way, when you drop one, start over. Okay? Well, because this is how you stack one mastery on top of another mastery. This is how you learn. You master one skill, then you add another skill to it. You segment another skill, and then you add the other skill to it. Okay? So watch what happens. So possible for me, the things we believe are possible for me that's a very small arena for most people. The things we believe are possible because we've seen other people do them, and don't even worry about, don't be thinking about, oh, what are people going to think about me? They're not going to think it. They're going to think you didn't know how to juggle, and if you don't get it done, they're going to know you still don't. Right? That's it. Nobody, the FBI is not going to come arrest you. Right? The IRS is not going to charge you more money. It just does. It literally doesn't matter. I think what happens is we feel we have the ability as human beings to visualize what the outcome of a negative experience will be many, many more times more vividly than we can what it's going to feel like if it works out, right? But here's what you got to realize. Let's say you don't learn how to juggle today. Let's say you don't, which I know you will. But I'm not even worried about it. So let's say you don't, though. Your left arm's not going to fall off. Nobody's going to arrest you. It's going to be fine. They're not going to come take your house from you because you didn't learn how to juggle on Myron Golden's YouTube channel. It's going to be okay. If this doesn't happen, I didn't do this knowing it was going to work. I did it because I don't know if it's going to work while we're doing the video, right? And if it doesn't work, oh, Myron looked like a fool. Did you see? He said he could teach somebody how to juggle. I don't really care. I'm like, and they're not going to come take my house. I don't have to go to jail if he doesn't learn how to juggle. Whatever happens, it's going to be okay. We feel the weight of all of these imaginary consequences that in real life don't even exist, and so we don't ever step our foot into the arena. Nigel, you got this. Okay, so we believe what's possible for other people, for others, it's possible for others, right? And then we believe that this is impossible, which is not the same that it's impossible. So we believe it's impossible. There was a time they believed flying was impossible. There was a time they believed that a horse-drawn carriage or a carriage without a horse was impossible. There was a time that they believed that space travel was impossible. There was a time that, a bow and arrow was like the most powerful weapon there was. There was a time when so many things we take for granted, microwave ovens and cook stoves and cook stoves. If you're from the hills of West Virginia or Kentucky, you understand what I'm talking about. Cook stove. I got that from the Beverly Hillbillies, by the way. So a cook stove and or microwaves, computers, internet, text message, all this stuff. I remember the first time I heard somebody say, well, eventually everything's going to be on your phone. You'll be able to start your car from your phone, and you'll be able to unlock your house from your phone, and you'll be able to use your phone for a flashlight. It'll be a camera. Blah, 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 blah. I thought, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it didn't make any sense to me, but it made sense to the people who made it happen. Throw it up a little higher, and then when the other one's coming back down, throw up the other one. Now, there you go. You got this. When the other one, wait till the other one's coming back down before you throw it. Okay. So all I'm saying is, like, there's so much more inside the realm of what's possible than we think. And there's so much more inside the realm of what's possible for me than we think. And we don't give ourselves enough credit. We believe in other people's abilities more than we believe in our own abilities. What if we could get to the place in our lives where we believe, no, you're putting it in your other hand? So, okay, let me help you. You're doing great. You're doing great, by the way. Give it for Nigel, y'all. He's like, I'm never going back to that studio, right? Okay, and part of the reason it's harder here is because, like, as soon as you show up, these lights are in your face. You can't even see. These lights are like legit. Like, who art thou, Lord, and what wilt thou have me to do, right? For those of you who read the book of Acts, you understand. Okay, so when it's on its way down, I don't put it in the other hand. I throw this one up. And by the way, it'll probably help you. It'll probably help you if you just keep looking up. You don't need to look at your hand. Like, I don't need to look where my hand is to catch that, right? I don't need to look where my hand is to catch that, right? So when that one's, oops, I didn't throw that one up very good. So, man, I'm really good at throwing stuff up, right? Right? So, practice, my dude. Okay.
There's one major difference between a talk that gets 4,000 views versus a talk that gets 4 million views. And
yes, we believe in you. Thank you, sir. Okay. So here's what we've got to do. We've got to realize that in actuality, and I know you are watching him, but watch me too, because I'm showing you what all this means, okay? So in actuality, the amount of things that are actually impossible, the realm of things that are actually impossible is a very small realm, and one that we will very seldom come in contact with our entire lives. And so my desire for you is for you to get to the place in your life where you stop believing in your limitations more than you believe in your leverage. Are you understand what I'm saying? Like, my objective, my desire for you is that you get to the place in your life where you stop believing in your doubts and doubting your beliefs and start believing in your beliefs and doubting your doubts. My objective for you, my hope for you, is that you get to the place in your life where you just stop quitting before you get started. Okay, you are tracking. So the first thing we do is we segment the skill. The next thing we do is we solidify the step. Once we master one segment in total isolation, by the way, in order to master one step in isolation, we refuse to move to the next step until that first step is mastered. So one of the things that I've been working on for a long time, like maybe 2.5 years, I thought would be much shorter, but I haven't put in as much practice time, is like learning music theory, right? And so one of the things I learned in music theory was a concept. So I'm going to show you, excuse me, Nigel, let me just grab my guitar here really quickly. So, and I'm going to show you, so you keep juggling. So one of the things that they said that I thought, man, this is going to be really hard. So there's 6 strings on a guitar, right? So there's 6 strings on a guitar, and there are, on the average guitar, there are 22 to 24 frets. These things are frets. These little things here are frets. These little brass things here, whatever they are made out of, these little metal things, these are frets. And what happens is a string is going to vibrate at a certain frequency depending on the thickness of the string and how long the string is. So if I take this string, this is an E string, so it's a really thick string, and because it's thick, it vibrates slower. But when if I touch it here, it makes it shorter, which makes it vibrate faster. And that's what changes the pitch, right? That's what changes the pitch. Well, each string has its own letter name, right? E, A, D, G, B, E, right? So But then when I put it in a fret, so E becomes E, F, F sharp, G. Right? E, F, F sharp, G. And so one of the things that I learned was people who are really good at guitar, they know every note on every string on every fret. And I'm like, why? Why can't we just do that, right? No. If we wanna like if we want to be able to do something like that, we need to know more, right? And so they said, one of the guys that I learned from said, okay, the best way to learn every note, I thought memorizing all the notes, like I gotta go E, F, B, I mean E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. Oh man, that's gonna take me a long time, right? So then when I get over here, what note is that, right? And so I get stuck. And so there's a concept, because the guitar is tuned in fourths, there's a concept called cycle 4, right? And they said if you'll just learn cycle 4 on every string, you can know where all the notes are on the guitar. So they said, I wonder if anybody's ever done on a live YouTube video 2 challenging things like this at the same time. This is so good. Okay, this is so great. I'm having so much fun right now. I'm having so much fun. So they said if you learn cycle 4, which is C, F. Nigel's getting down like this. Nigel's got more standing. Okay. So as he's doing that, y'all, let me teach because we're running out of time. So y'all can be excited. Just do your best not to show it as much, right? Can somebody grab that? Don't hurt yourself over there. There's a lot of stuff over there. So what happens is like C. They said if you memorize cycle 4, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G. If you learn that on every string, then you'll know. Like if you learn that on every string, then you'll know. I'm like C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G. What? Okay. So I said C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, D, G, and then you do it on the next string, and then you do it on the next string, and then you do it on the next string. What happens is, eventually, you'll know where all the notes are all over the neck. Now, what's cool is C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp. So, what's cool is, if I go C, if C, F, if I do C, and F is the next one, that's an F, which means B flat, E flat, now A flat. What happens is everything starts to make sense, and you begin to see this instead of this really complex bunch of jumbled mess. It starts becoming a pattern that you recognize if you break them apart and learn one at a time. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay. So, Nigel, you're doing great. So, and you'll be ready for golf ball number 3 here in a minute. I promise you. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, you got this. I know you got this. I'm not worried at all. Like, so does everybody understand what I just drew up here? Like, we think that this, like, if this is me, I think this stuff is this stuff. Oops. Right? So what happens is, I think what is possible for others that I believe what's possible for others is impossible for me. I believe things that I believe are impossible are actually impossible because I believe they're impossible. But when I get to the point where I realize how life actually works is, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me. That's number 1. But number 2, so many things that we used to think were impossible, we discovered were impossible. So many of the things that we believe are impossible now are actually possible. So it starts there. Your ability to believe in what you used to believe was impossible. Does that make sense? Like, so many of you have trapped yourself, you painted yourself into the corner of believing that you can't do things that you could have done a long time ago.
If you are lacking AI confidence, AI certainty, AI clarity, and you know you need.
It's like you think making money's hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. Right? You think that getting rich is hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. You think that getting in shape is hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. Like, I came back from my business trip with my wife for 30 days for that business trip that we took to sell. And God said, "Let there be light." Okay, so when this one's on its way down, I throw up the next one, and when that one's on the way down, I throw up the next one. If I just knew where my hands were in time and space, and it's okay, and by the way, I think we're learning a very valuable lesson right now in this not being perfect for me, right? Well, of course it's not perfect for me. I haven't practiced it in a couple decades. This is something I learned how to do in my 20s. I learned seeing it. Okay, so Nigel, I'm going to instruct you. So hold 2 balls in one hand. The hand that has 2 balls in it, throw one of the balls up. When that ball is on its way down, throw up the other ball. That's all. I just want you to do that once. Yep, throw up the one in your left hand. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, now let's see if we can do 2 in a row. And it might take you 3 or 4 tries, so it's okay. Let's see if we can do 3 in a row. 3 times in a row. Okay, very good. So now, thank you. Now, this one's on its way down. Oops. I keep losing it in the light. This one's on its way down. I throw that one up. This one's on its way down. I throw that one up. And that one's on its way down. I throw that one up. And then they all end up on the floor. It's great. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again because I want to show you that this is possible. This is not impossible. Is it difficult? Yeah, it's difficult. But everything's difficult until it's easy. Okay, so now the thing that I wanted to say is when the second one is on its way down, I'm going to turn around again. Sorry, y'all, I hate to turn my back to you, but I can't see. So when this one's on its way down, throw that one up. When that one's on its way down, throw that one up. Right? When this one's on its way down, throw that one up. When that one's on its way down, throw that one up. When that one's on its way down, throw that one up. Okay? Okay. So go ahead, Nigel. No, you can face that way. It's virtually impossible to see with those lights up there, y'all. Now throw that one up. There you go. My man! Let's go. Okay. So here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. I'm going to challenge you to go home and work on that because you understand the concept now, right? So now he's not a master juggler yet, but he has all of the foundational steps to do something that felt impossible. Did you think you'd be able to do that good when you first came up here? No. Possible for me. I believe things that I believe are impossible are actually impossible because I believe they're impossible. But when I get to the point where I realize how life actually works is, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me. That's number 1. But number 2, so many things that we used to think were impossible, we discovered were impossible. So many of the things that we believe are impossible now are actually possible. So it starts there. Your ability to believe in what you used to believe was impossible. Does that make sense? Like so many of you have trapped yourself, you've painted yourself into the corner of believing that you can't do things that you could have done a long time ago. It's like you think making money's hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. Right? You think that getting rich is hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. You think that getting in shape is hard because you've only learned hard ways to do it. Like, I came back from my business trip with my wife for 30 days for that business trip that we took to celebrate our 40th anniversary. I got back from that trip. I was 196 pounds. And I didn't set out to lose any weight at all. I didn't set out to lose any weight. That was the end of that. Trying to lose weight. We think, and all I'm saying, trying to lose weight. We think, and all I'm saying is we think things are impossible because we've only learned about the hard ways to do it. We haven't learned the easy ways to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to segment our skills. What's the first thing we're going to do? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to solidify the steps. And see what Nigel's doing right now is he's solidifying the steps of juggling 2 balls. He's already segmented the skill. He started with 1, now he can do 2. By the way, doesn't that feel easier now than it did when you felt like you couldn't do it, right? And so doing 3 is no harder than doing 2. It's the exact same thing. You wait till 1's on its way down and you throw up another one. It's literally that simple. We're going to get to that in a minute. But the next thing, this next point is the thing that has given me an advantage in almost every arena I set my foot into. And that is, I sequence the stack. What does that mean? I take a mastery. Because when I segment the skill, I'm segmenting the skill for the purpose of mastery. And I'm mastering 1 skill at a time. People look at me and they say, I remember Breezy asked me a question. I said something like a couple weeks ago. I said, yeah, I just cut my hair this morning. And do you remember what you said after I said that? No, you didn't. You actually said, what don't you know how to do? Right? Okay? Right? And so there's a lot I don't know how to do. But there's nothing I can't learn how to do. At least that's my belief. I've been cutting my own hair since I was 17. If I had been going to a barber, this would now be history. Okay? Anyway, that's another conversation for a different day. So what you do is you segment the different components of anything that you feel like is challenging or hard, and then you solidify the steps. Now you got these steps and you've mastered them, and then you sequence the stack. You take the things that you've mastered individually and you start stacking them on top of each other. I created a concept a long time ago that I call mastery stacking. You assemble the solidified steps in their natural ascending order, transforming a collection of simple habits into a display of total mastery. That's the whole point. You mastery stack. You take the things that used to feel hard, you separate them, you master 1 component at a time, and then you solidify, you start putting them together, and you solidify doing multiple components at the same time, and then eventually you've mastery stacked your way to being able to fly a 747. You've mastery stacked your way to being able to play a musical instrument, to being able to speak a foreign language or 7 foreign languages. You mastery stacked your way to the point of becoming a multimillionaire. You mastery stacked your way to the point of becoming a social media influencer. None of it's hard. It's just different than the things we've learned to master so far. But for those of you who are stuck believing that this is this, believing that possible for others but not possible for me is actually impossible, for those of you who are stuck right there, my challenge to you is to look in the rearview mirror of your experience of life and take inventory of all the things that you've learned how to do that you didn't know how to do when you landed on this planet. That ought to encourage you to know there's nothing you can't learn. How many of you are all tracking? Okay, so now we're going to do 3. And so you start with 2 balls in one hand. When you're juggling, you start with 2 balls in one hand and 1 ball in the other hand. And so what happens is when I'm going to throw this ball up, when it's coming down, I'm going to throw the ball up that's in my left hand. Oops. I'm going to throw the ball up that's in my left hand. I'm going to throw, I told you I haven't done this in a long time. So I'm going to throw the ball up that's in my left hand. Okay? And so I promise you can get to the place where you do this 10 times. 10 times. He literally.
Whoa. What's that? I just want to.
In this video, and that's exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about mastery stacking. I'm talking about you get it so ingrained in your nervous system, the only thing you can't do is mess up. So, that's how you master the impossible, and how anyone in this room or anybody watching me on YouTube today can learn how to do things that you previously thought were impossible. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed by the best, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. I'm sure you've heard, in fact, you've heard me say, one of the best ways and fastest ways to get rich is by selling expensive stuff to rich people. Like, it just makes so much sense. Rich people are easy to sell to. And what's expensive to most people is not expensive to us. Like, we just don't mind spending money on stuff that we desire to have. It just is what it is, right? So that's great. Sell expensive stuff to rich people. But if you have a hard time selling something that's not expensive to somebody that's not rich, how are you going to be comfortable selling an expensive something to rich people, right? It's not going to happen. So on this video today, I'm going to teach you my secrets to $100 riches. Like $100 offer riches. Like, what does that even mean? I'm going to show you how to get rich $100 or less at a time, step by step, which is kind of mind-blowing because my first offer was not $375,000. My first offer wasn't $1 million. My first offer wasn't $55,000 or $155,000 or $27,000 or even $5,000. My first offer that I ever made was $67, which is, by the way, less than $100. But my first month selling that offer online, I made $5,700 because what I did was I combined somebody else's product, and I'm going to tell you about I'm going to give you all the secrets that I used when I first got started. Like, this is like, Myron got in the time tunnel. He's going to go back to when he first got started making offers and just tell you how it worked out for him. Does that work for everybody? Everybody okay? Say I'm okay? Okay, cool. So, you don't have to have a $10,000 offer. You don't have to have a $5,000 offer. You don't need a $3,000 offer. Like, literally, you can have an offer that makes you $100 and get rich. Now, I'm going to define rich, okay? Here's what rich is. To make more money from your $100 offer than you need to live. So, one of my favorite definitions of being rich I've ever heard was Robert Kiyosaki. He said, wealth is your ability to live forward without working. Right? So how many months can you live without working? That's how rich you are. Can you live the rest of your life without working? Probably not. Can you live the rest of the year without working? Probably not. The rest of the month? Maybe. The rest of the week? Probably. The rest of the day? Surely. Right? But what if you learned how to get rich $100 at a time, and you could eventually get to the place where if all you had was a $100 offer, at the highest offer you had, that you'd be okay and be able to live forward. How many of y'all be excited about that? Say me. Okay, so cool. So while the premium value offer, what people call the high ticket offer, is one of the best ways to get rich by selling expensive stuff to rich people, that's not first base for most people, and it certainly wasn't first base for me. First base would be to sell lower price offers to more people, okay? And we're gonna talk about 3 different $100 offers that you could make starting today. Starting when? Today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Okay, the first offer is a $100 core product. Now, every time I say $100, here's what I want you to think. Every time I say $100, I want you to think $100 or less, okay? It could be less than 100. It could be 67, it could be 47. It could be 99, it could be 97, it could be 77. So $100 or less. But I'm just saying $100 to save time. Okay, so a $100 core product offer. Now, what is a core product offer? A core product offer is the main product that the business sells. That's a core product offer. Like what? If you are in the business of selling shoes, a shoe is your core product. A shoe shine kit might be a related product, right? But a shoehorn might be a related product, right? Shoe repair might be a related product, but the main product or the core product is shoes. If you sell insurance, insurance is your core product. If you sell fitness training, maybe your core product is a basic workout, but maybe your core product is a nutritional supplement. So do you see what I'm saying? So you can have a core product, it doesn't matter. Maybe your core product could be a book.
So like the rose
Okay.
All right.
It could be a book. So a core product offer is the main thing the business sells.
So I was trying to make sure. I didn't think it was going to get bad.